You meet somebody, you have this amazing chemistry. It's not that we liked the person, we just wanted the person to want us. What an idiot. I'm amazing. Why would anybody ever want to lose out on spending time with me? Rewrite history. Why are they all high and mighty? Why are they the ones that call the shots? You truly can have it all. Get your power back and get out there and change the energy. Hey guys, welcome to Self-Care Sundays with Sophia, where we talk about self-love, self-growth, and everything in between. Today I want to talk about getting ghosted, which is probably the worst feeling, and I wouldn't wish it upon anybody, but I'm here to empower you and give you some tools on what to do to reframe your mind and get your power back. Everybody's been ghosted. I hate to admit it, we all hate to admit it, but in some form we've all been ghosted before, and it's an awful feeling. Leaves you wondering, questioning, what did I do? Maybe he's going through this, maybe this happened, maybe I gave this ick. I'm here to say it is such a waste of time to sit there and list out the reasons and rethink all of the things you may have done, because you'll never know the answer and you're just gonna drive yourself crazy. So what I want you to do instead is completely reframe it. I want you to focus on your self-care. I want you to get grounded and remind yourself of how amazing you are. Because one thing that I told myself, actually I told this to my friend and then they reminded me of this. It's so funny how many times I give advice and then my friends will tell me the advice that I gave them and they'll give it back to me. Rejection is not personal. If you think of the people that you've liked in your life, or even if you were to see a photo of your ex, you'd probably never pick them. It's always a weird energy chemistry thing. And there's been so many guys before that have pursued me and wanted to date me. And I'm like, I just don't feel it. And I don't know why. They're hot, they're successful, they're funny, they're tall. They've got so many good things going for them, but I just don't feel that random spark, which I find so fascinating. What is that? What is that spark? That chemistry that you can't describe? It's so random. That's why you can't take it personal. If you're not for somebody, well, guess what? They have bad taste. You have to learn to reframe it and get your power back, because it's so not personal. And they may be going through things. And honestly, I feel like one of the main things with ghosting is you meet somebody, you have this amazing chemistry, and you just feel electric, and you know they feel it too, and oh my gosh, this is my soulmate, whatever is going through your mind, and you think it's mutual, but that's why you feel so clowned when you get ghosted, because it's oh, maybe it was just me. And I feel like there's been so many times where I could tell the guy was super excited about me, and I was just ew, when they're too excited about it, you can tell they're too invested too fast. It is a turnoff. And it sucks that you have to look at yourself and realize that, oh, maybe I was that person. But you just have to laugh at yourself. It happens to the best of us. And again, it's not personal. Sometimes what I like to do is, I know that with dating, some people says, oh, you should be realistic. You shouldn't be delusional. You should look at the facts. Well, when you're trying to get over somebody, I think it's a little bit okay to be delusional. And if you have a good friend that can help reaffirm that delusion, for example, I've done this before. I had a guy that I really liked and they just disappeared out of nowhere. And I just said to myself, oh, you know what? I think it's because he probably doesn't have enough money and he wants to spoil me and be the best boyfriend that he can, but he feels inferior in that way. So I just kind of went with that. And because honestly, that could have been it. Men are providers. Maybe he doesn't feel like he can give me that lifestyle, even though I'm so not about that, but whatever. People don't really get to know you when it's in the beginning phases anyway. So maybe they have this perception of you that's totally wrong. But anyway, back to the delusional thing. Whatever you need to do to tell yourself to forget about them is the best thing you can do in the beginning part. The goal is to not think about them, period. Because I will say that when you get ghosted, there is a chance they could come back. In fact, 99% of the time they do come back. But your goal should be to completely forget about them, because chances are the reason you got ghosted is because you got too excited. they sensed it and they were like, ew, okay, too easy, next, I'm bored, right? So the second that happens, do not send that paragraph. Do not post that cheesy quote on your Instagram. Nobody cares. You're just going to look more desperate. You have to challenge yourself to stop thinking about him. Stop listening to that song that reminds you of him that you've had on repeat. Don't relive the moments in your head and feel that exciting feeling. I know it's tempting, and trust me, like when I was younger, I would totally do that, but it just keeps their energy alive. And that's not what we want to do. We want to completely get over them and get your power back. So really just being aware of your thoughts, like, okay, am I fantasizing again? That's the other thing too, is like when it's that early, it probably wasn't even a real attraction. You probably just like got all excited by a few things and you made up this big storyline in your head about how he's your husband, you're going to get married and your soulmates, and oh my gosh, we connected on this, that, and that. It's probably just in your head, and that's why it's so much harder. For some reason, it's like being rejected by somebody that early on is crappier than like a relationship sometimes, because you've built up this fantasy in your head and you don't really know them, and they didn't really even get to know you. So that's why too, it's not really that deep. So the goal is to completely forget about them, because if they do come back, you want to have that energy like they're not in the pedestal. That's one of the things that a lot of these self-help videos about letting go say, is you have to be the main character of your movie. You can't be an extra in their movie. You can't make them the main character of your story and you're just like this desperate like side character that wants to get in on their story. No, you're the main character and they should be the ones trying to get in on your life. You're in control of your own movie, and how dare they think that they're better than you or they can do better. See ya. Okay, goodbye. We don't need that energy. Whatever you can do to stop thinking about them, one of the best things is just putting yourself in new environments and just getting out there. Even if it's like going to a new park that you don't normally go to. Go to a new restaurant with your girlfriends and yeah, smile at that random guy. I know it's kind of like scary and whatever, but just get yourself out there. Even just like go on a date with somebody that you wouldn't normally go, just to get back in that energy field of feeling pursued. You know what I mean? I always feel like, it's so funny, is like when you are kind of seeing somebody, all the guys start flocking. All of your like ex situations start reaching out. It's like they can sense that energy that you're taken. So if you're going on dates, you are getting yourself back out there and you're in your divine feminine energy. You're being pursued. You're, you know, waiting for whoever fits your life best to come into the picture. Because we don't want somebody that is on some pedestal that you created in your head. It's not real and they don't deserve that. So the goal is getting them off that pedestal, and that how you're going to do that is creating new environments in your life. Stop listening to that music. Don't look at their Instagram. I know it's hard, and don't post stories in hopes that they'll look at your story, or just get rid of them like immediately. You don't deserve that. You teach people how to treat you. So if somebody's going to ghost you or somebody's going to give you half-ass energy and you're going to allow them to come back, you're not being in your highest power. You can't do that. If you did really like this person and you are hoping that they will come back one day, you're still not in the right mindset. You shouldn't care if you ever see them again, because the goal should be you being treated like a queen. And if they're not going to do that for you, they're not the right person. It's another great thing about getting older and dating more. You realize that, okay, you can like someone so much, but then time goes by and you forget and you look back and it's like, what did I even like about them? Nothing. You create up a story in your head. It's not real. So do not take ghosting personal. Please, please don't feel like you did something wrong, because you could be the greatest person ever and did nothing wrong, but they still just don't feel it. Or maybe they were going out with you while dating multiple other people and they just weren't really available. It's really not that deep. You can't be hard on yourself. Please, please don't let this break you, because all that matters is what you do moving forward. And even if you did send that paragraph text, don't beat yourself up about it. You're human. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not ideal. It pushes you back a few steps, but if you did end up doing that, or maybe you went out, you had too much to drink, and you said something you shouldn't have said, it doesn't matter. Just move forward. All that matters is right now. Do you feel good? Are you still being affected by this person? Don't let this person take any more real estate in your head, because they don't deserve it. And you will move on. You will find somebody way hotter, way cooler, way better. Trust me, it always happens. And I know the feeling of being in it. And honestly, like, I really do have compassion, because I know that feeling. It's the worst feeling ever. And you just really have to take care of yourself. And if you really are still hard up on them, focused on, okay, why hasn't he come back yet? What did I do wrong? That tells me you're still not in the right place, because you're looking for outside validation. So many of the times, it's not that we liked the person, we just wanted the person to want us. It's like we want to prove to ourselves that we're good enough, or we're good enough for them to like us. But what do you really even like about them? Can you write a list? Can you name 10 realistic traits about them that you actually like? Maybe you can, but come on, it's probably reaching. If you truly love yourself, the only time you should be dating, period, is if you really have a great relationship with yourself and you love you first, because you can't have an outside source fill up your cup and make you feel loved. And if you're upset about this person ghosting you, that means that you're still reaching for the outside to fill you up. Because if you truly loved yourself, you would be turned off. You really would, by somebody that doesn't see the value, or if they are pulling back. You'd think, what an idiot. I'm amazing. Why would anybody ever want to lose out on spending time with me? I'm the best. That's how good your self-love game should be. And if you're not at that point, that's totally fine. But I just don't think you should be dating yet. And it sucks, because yes, it's fun, flirting and getting the text and being excited, telling your friends. It's definitely a rush, but it's just not long term, because that's going to run out. And what happens when you start dating and that rush is over? You're still not going to feel full. So the goal really should be work on your self-love game. And even a person who loves themselves wholeheartedly, if you get ghosted, okay, obviously you're human. It's still going to hurt a little bit, but it's not going to hurt for that long, because they're going to have the tools of how to build yourself up, how to not take it too personal. And obviously you're allowed to be sad for a little bit, but you can't let it break you. And if you do, and time has moved on and you're still thinking about this person, it's time to start retraining your brain and not allowing yourself to reminisce and fantasize and rewrite history about how it was so great. It probably wasn't. What I want you to do is rewrite history and remember all of the things that, okay, realistically, I could have, like, this could have been better, that could have been better. Why are they all high and mighty? Why are they the ones that call the shots? Why can't you be the one, be like, actually, you know what? Truthfully, that didn't work for me. I didn't like that. I didn't like this, that, and that. You truly can have it all, and it's up to you if you want to settle or not. Obviously, no human is perfect. So I do believe the dream guy is out there, but there's going to be some things that you'd be willing to compromise with. But my point is, take it as a learning lesson. What were the things I really liked about him? Ultimately, the number one thing is, the main thing they should have is that they see the value in you. They want to pursue you. They want you to feel safe. They don't want you to be wondering what you guys are. They don't want to leave you hanging. That's a man, okay? And that's a man who's ready. And what you want is a man who's ready. You don't want to play games. You don't want to be in this little whirlwind circle of hot and cold stuff. That just tells me, like, they're not that into you, or maybe they're still in their F-boy era and they're exploring other options, or maybe they're just straight up not ready yet. Maybe they did really like you, but again, it's like an energy thing. You probably got too excited too fast. And I think that's also a big lesson you can take into account. Once you get over the initial pain of it all, you can remind yourself, okay, you know what? Next time I'm going to sit back. I'm not going to get excited right away, because how can you get excited if you don't really know the person? You know what I mean? Take all this as a learning curve, and you should actually be excited, because it's that classic saying, when God or the universe take something out of your life, it's only because they have something better. So if you thought that guy was incredible, guess what? God has an even better guy for you. So you should actually be really, really excited. And just the fact that you're getting closer and closer to the dream guy. If he really was so amazing, okay, that's awesome. But unfortunately, the main thing is they have to feel the same way and they have to be ready to fully pursue you. If they're not giving that to you, then he's not the dream guy. Sorry, I feel like this is being a little bit harsh, but sometimes you need that. I think you need to go through the sad period, and then you need to go through the wake-up call of like, okay, did I really know him? Did I just make this up in my head? Get your power back and get out there and change the energy. Get out there, go on other dates, explore new areas, and remind yourself how amazing you are, because you are amazing. And if this person doesn't see that, then they're not very smart. And why would you want to be with somebody that isn't smart, right? Hang out with your girlfriends, be around people that you know see your value. And I feel like that helps a lot too, is being sure that the people in your lives really are cheerleading for you. Self-care when it comes to this is just so important. You have to make sure you have all your self-care tools available. Make sure your home is clean. Maybe do some decluttering. Go to the gym. Go to the spa, whatever you need to do, have a bath, and just sit with it for a little bit, because I think that's also important too, is processing. In a way, you're experiencing a loss, if you really did like the guy or not. You still created this perception in your head that you were going to be together or it was going to grow into something, and it sucks. It really does suck. Just be kind to yourself and do what you need to do. You're going to be okay. You've liked tons of guys in the past and gotten over them, and you've been fine, okay? No, the universe doesn't give you anything unless they know you can handle it. So just know that you're gonna be okay. And also another thing to remember is there's no highs in life without lows. So the lower you feel, you should actually be really excited, because that means a big high is coming soon. It's like a mountain. Like a mountain without the down parts. Do you know what I mean? Life goes like this. And hey, if everything was smooth sailing, life wouldn't be fun. We always need some drama and stuff to overcome in your life for it to be an exciting game. That's what life is all about. Life is just a game, and all that matters is how you play it. And when you get dealt certain cards, how you move forward with it. Don't let this break you. I promise you, you're going to be okay. You are amazing. You have people in your life that love you and see your value. And those are the people that deserve your energy and deserve your focus. So just spend time with them, go out in nature, light a candle, read a nice book, do something new. Change up the energy, and just know that I love you. You have people that love you in your life, and you're gonna be okay. I promise you're gonna get through this. Okay, I guess that's all for my little ghosting pep talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next Sunday on Self-Care Sundays with Sophia. Bye!